Seth Rich and the myth behind the unsolved murder case. Chat with us in Facebook Messenger. Find out WHAT and APOS happening in the world as it unfolds. Rich, 27, died just as he was starting a dream job. Police and family believe he was killed during a botched robbery attempt nearly a year ago. Seth Rich was shot in the back as he made his way home one night in Washington. While the death of the 27-year-old Democratic National Committee staffer remains unsolved, his family has said they believe it was a botched robbery attempt. But that the IDN and APOS stopped conservative pundits from spreading an unfounded conspiracy theory that he was murdered last July because he provided WikiLeaks with emails from the DNC. Theories on who killed him and why have made headlines in recent weeks. The young DNC staffer died just as he was on the cusp of starting a dream job, one that appeared to be the perfect next step for a political path launched during his teenage years. Long before he headed to Washington, a U.S. senator had hired him for his campaign while he was still in high school in Omaha, Nebraska, according to the Washington Post. Before Rich died, he had been offered a new job on Hillary's Clinton and APOS presidential campaign and was getting ready to move to New York, his parents wrote in an opinion piece for the Washington Post. And Seth had been walking around, calling friends, family and his girlfriend, pondering the broader picture of what the job change would mean and his parents said. And he wondered how he would pick up and move to New York City for 4 months, the strain that it might put on his relationships, and how it would all affect the life he had built for himself in Washington. And as he walked home the night of July 10, someone confronted him on the street. His phone call ended abruptly, his parents wrote in the opinion piece for the newspaper. And we also know that there were signs of a struggle, including a watch band torn, when the assailants attempted to rip it off his wrist and the parents said. And law enforcement officials told us that Seth and APOS murder looked like a botched robbery attempt in which the assailants, after shooting our son, panicked, immediately ran and abandoned Seth and APOS personal belongings. And at the time, his father said his son was killed after resisting a robbery, and the assailant did not succeed in stealing his watch, wallet and credit cards. Rich and APOS job at the DNC focused on a project to help voters find their polling places. To provide a dose of comic relief at work, he regularly donned a sweatshirt with a picture of a panda, his favorite animal, the Post reported. For months, right-wing media outlets have floated unproven theories that Rich provided WikiLeaks thousands of internal DNC emails and suggested that his death might have been connected with the supposed leak. No real evidence has been provided to support such claims, and WASHINGTON and APOS Metropolitan Police Department, which continues to investigate the murder, says there is evidence to suggest he may have been the victim of a botched robbery. Nevertheless, a handful of right-wing media outlets had latched onto the theory, and that narrative once again popped up in the conservative media universe Monday after a private investigator suggested Rich had some connection to WikiLeaks and its leaks of DNC emails. For 6 days, Fox News allowed the story to remain up on its website as network personalities such as Sean Hannity promoted it on their platforms. Rich and APOS brother wrote a letter Tuesday to the executive producer of Sean Hannity and APOS Fox News show pleading with him to find and decency in kindness and in his heart and stop spreading the unproven conspiracy theory. And think about how you would feel losing a son or brother. And while dealing with this, you had baseless accusations of your lost family member being part of a vast conspiracy. And Aaron Rich wrote in the letter to Hannity and executive producer Porter Barry, a copy of which was provided to CNN. Fox News on Tuesday removed from its site the inaccurate story that peddled the conspiracy theory.